4 2,000 meter pieces with 4 minutes rest in between each one. This is a big workout. Check in your logbook if you've done this before. We've got a lot of things to pay attention to today on this one. First and foremost are the stroke rating requirements. I do have them in place. On this one, you're going to start off at 22 strokes per minute, and you're going to climb that by 2 strokes per minute every 500 meters. So 22, 24, 26, 28, and it's going to be the same process in all 4 intervals. So we're going to come back to stroke rating, but note that first. Next, of course, if you know me, you know I'm going to want negative splits on each of your 4 pieces. So on that first one, don't give it all. Hold back just a little bit so that you can improve on each one. Now, I also want a third requirement here, and that's you paying attention to the delta, the spread on your best piece and your worst piece. What is that spread? Is it 4 seconds? That's amazing. Is it 25 seconds? That's not amazing. But it is somewhat driven on your fitness level. If you're just getting back into rowing and you're just trying to reestablish a foundation and a baseline, then the delta might be greater. But if you're super fit, you're going to have negative splits and they're going to be really, really tight together. Do the best you can. Look at your history, see where your spreads are, and the times you've done this in the past. You want to minimize that spread, but of course, that is subject to you holding the stroke rating requirements. Let's go back and talk about stroke rating a little bit. The 22 is not going to be a problem. The 24, you're going to feel great. The 26 is going to start to elevate that heart rate, and you're going to be clipping along there pretty good. The 28, you're probably not used to that rating at this point, and it could potentially be hard for you to jump up to the 28. You have 2 options in order to be able to more easily get to that 28. The first option is to row it a little bit less damper, but of course, if the damper's a little bit lower, you're going to get less return and power out of every stroke. So if you're going to use the damper go a little lighter on the damper, make it only a little bit, but it will certainly help you hold a higher rating. Your other option is to row a 3/4 slide, and what I mean by that is once you finish your stroke, you're going to still proceed through the recovery as you normally would. Quick arms away, shoulders swing forward, but you're going to catch sooner, maybe like 4 inches sooner. So instead of catching at full slide, you're going to catch at 3/4 slide. You need to make sure that your body is light at that position and you don't have your mass kind of lurching forward as you approach 3/4 slide. So you need to have pretty good technique to be able to be effective at 3/4 slide. But the reason I have it in there today is to start to get you thinking in that manner. Like, okay, I need to really make a move here. What a rower does when they really need to make a move and they're going to maybe sprint or make a move on another boat is they'll bring the rating up by shortening the slide, and then the boat just kind of lifts out of the water when you make that move, or in the case on the ergometer, you're going to see that pace drop. But when you do move down to 3/4 slide, make sure that you can sustain that effort for the duration of the piece. Make sure also that the rating doesn't jump to 30 or 32 strokes per minute when you move down to 3/4 slide. Okay, so I'm not asking you, just please don't misunderstand me. I'm not asking you to sprint when you go from 26 to 28. You will find it easier to nail that 28 if, at least for a few strokes, you bring the slide down to 3/4 slide. All right, I hope that helps. We definitely need to get a clinic going so that we can practice those mechanics. In the meantime, do the best you can. Have a great workout. Catch up with you soon.